and are not endorsed by this station. Opinions expressed are not necessarily those of radio station KMET, its management, employees, or affiliates.
It's time to steer the line.
Touchdown!
Sports betting, fantasy football, and the latest NFL news. Featuring Loud-Desmond, Christian Giordani, Rocky Giordani, and Jeremy James. Bet on us to make you a better.
What?
Let's get ready to steer the line.
Good afternoon, folks. Welcome to another segment of Steer the Line where you get all your NFL news, betting advice, and fantasy breakdowns. Alongside with me, we have Rocky Giordani, our ex-professional athlete, Loud-Desmond, our professional sports handicapper, and I'm your host and statistical analysis expert, Christian Giordani. Today, unfortunately, we're missing our fantasy football guru, Jerry James. He couldn't join us today. He's probably feeling lethargic from all that turkey he ate yesterday, along with the rest of us. How was your guys' Thanksgiving?
Oh, he's not feeling lethargic from eating turkey. He's feeling lethargic from smoking all that dope.
Pop, you're muted.
Just throwing it out there. You're muted, Rocky. I don't mind that most times.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. So yeah, I'm still dozing off. I gotta admit, I was in a turkey coma for hours last night, man. We did it up. It was pretty cool. And then of course Christian's father-in-law comes over and we have to eat a whole bunch of Italian sausage sandwiches. So
nice.
I was eating until 1:30 in the morning. I was my last
meal. We're eating and then we're eating and then we're eating. Apparently.
Yes, sir. And it's turkey for the rest of the month all the way into the new year. All right, well, let's just jump right into it. 3 games yesterday. Lions faced the Packers. Packers upset the Lions. Fun fact, the Lions never won on a full moon on a Thursday night football game. So all the weird bettors with those tricks, it extends another year. The Cowboys beat the Commanders in a mauling, in a spanking. And another fun fact I want to tell you, the Cowboys have not trailed a single second for the entirety of a home game.
By the way, the Commanders fired their defensive coordinator, Jack Del Rio, earlier today.
Yes, that as well. And the 49ers, as expected, beat on the Seattle Seahawks as well. One more thing before we get out. I hope all you had a good Thanksgiving listening out. It's been a slow week in NFL news. So Aaron Rodgers has stated that he is looking to return to the field for the New York Jets within 4 weeks. And this is backed up by the New York Post. And even a medical doctor from the New York Jets medical team said he could be cleared to play anywhere from 4 to 6 weeks. So would we see Aaron Rodgers by the end of the season, Rocky?
Yeah, I don't know why he would come back. They're not going anywhere. They just benched their starting quarterback in favor of a second stringer who didn't do much. I don't know why he'd come back early to risk another injury.
That offensive line can't protect anybody.
Nope.
Doesn't matter who you put at quarterback. They can't protect them.
I don't think he comes back this year. I don't
think either. If he does, it's a very stupid move on both parts from Aaron Rodgers and the New York Jets. You know, you signed this guy who's already aging. He's 40 years old. This is an Achilles tear that he suffered. This would be the fastest recovery for Achilles tear any professional athlete has ever came back from. I highly doubt a 40-year-old would come back and be dominant as he was the year prior.
Right.
Yeah, it's a huge mistake. If he comes back and plays, it's a massive mistake. The Jets need to take all of their draft capital and everything they've got and go get better offensive linemen. If they have a great defense. They have 3 solid running backs. They have some good wide receivers and 1 great one. Their tight end is serviceable. The offensive line is terrible. So, they have 1 glaring weakness. They have to go fix that. And that would be the plan if I'm the coach and the GM of the Jets. Basically, at this point, I'm tanking if I'm the Jets, and I'm telling Aaron Rodgers to go on a long vacation somewhere.
Yep. I don't see any point for the Jets to tank as well. They don't have a first-round pick for this coming year. One more piece of news we glanced over as well. Deron Bland broke a record, most pick sixes in a season, only in week 11. 5 pick sixes.
I think
in 11
number
weeks.
6. I think number 6 was the record. 5 was tied it, then he broke it. I think, I don't know, but yeah, pretty amazing feat. Huh? 6 pick 6
Well, I'm
in
not sure if he
in
has
a half a
amazing.
year.
I'm not sure if he has amazing feet. I think he has amazing hands.
Yeah, he became amazingly lucky too.
Yeah,
to get,
no, right place, right time, a lot.
right, no
Yeah.
doubt. That Deion Sanders made a Hall of Fame career on being in the right place. How many receptions Deion Sanders made? There was nobody within 10 yards of him. No way that ball was being thrown to anybody but Deion Sanders. It was just a fluttering, dying duck, and he just, another interception by Deion Sanders. He made a lot of those.
Hey, how here's a fun fact that I looked up today. How many teams did Deion Sanders play for, and can you name them?
Oh, the Dallas Cowboys, the San Francisco 49ers, the
Falcons.
the Atlanta Falcons, and I believe he was a Raider for a short stint, wasn't he? Nope.
Nope.
Right.
There are 2 more teams that you're missing.
Really?
Yeah.
San Francisco 49ers. Wasn't St. Louis Ram.
One was the Ravens.
Oh, yeah, the Baltimore Ravens. That's right. And I believe Deion Sanders.
Washington Redskins.
It had to be the Redskins.
Well, Falcons 89-93, San Francisco 94 partial season, Cowboys 95-99, Redskins 2000, Ravens 2004-2005. So he played for the 49ers, the Cowboys, and the Redskins all in.
You're also forgetting the Braves, the Yankees, the Reds, and the Giants.
Yes,
as well.
Yeah, he played for 4 or 5 Major League Baseball teams as well. 4.
But wait, Lou, finish your sentence, Loud. He played for 3 teams in what? In a short span of time, or what were you going to say?
No, it's 3 teams. I was thinking they were in the same division, but they're not.
Oh, right.
2 teams in the same division,
2
Commanders
teams in the division.
and Cowboys. But then also going from the 49ers to the Cowboys, or the Cowboys to the 49ers is almost sacrilegious, right? I mean, it's like, what?
Yeah, really.
You can't play for both those teams.
Almost.
That's like playing for the Raiders and the Chiefs.
Yeah.
You can't do it.
No, all right, moving forward. I think everyone's tired of hearing us blander about Deion Sanders. This is a betting show. Before we get into our Wonder Dogs, a little bit slow on NFL week, so we're going to expand our betting knowledge going forward. The NFL season slowly coming to an end. Let's get a jump start on our end of the year award betting odds. Coming up, we have our NFL MVP odds. Jalen Hurts is now leading with plus 250 for the MVP. Lamar, they're 9-1. 9-1.
It's not him. It's the defense.
Yeah, well, we have Jalen Hurts at plus 250, Lamar Jackson right behind him at plus 400, Patrick Mahomes at plus 450,
what?
Tua at plus 500, Brock Purdy at plus 1,600, Josh Allen at plus 1,800, Dak Prescott at plus 1,800. One I actually didn't name just to leave off. One running back has better odds than Tua, Brock, Josh Allen, and Dak, and that's Christian McCaffrey.
Okay, let me point something out. Jalen Hurts has been playing with a bad knee all season, and he is not the reason the Eagles are winning. The Eagles are winning because they have a great running game and can play defense. Patrick Mahomes, the Chiefs are averaging 20.5 points a game. Their defense is winning games for the Chiefs. Lamar Jackson, don't even get me started. He sucks throwing the ball. He is not a good quarterback. It's very simple for me.
Top 10 in passing yards.
So what? Let's see how he does without his tight end. The guy who is obviously the MVP of the league is Christian McCaffrey.
Right.
That was a name I left off. Christian McCaffrey plus 550 for the MVP.
In my opinion.
There is no player that has a greater impact on his team than Christian McCaffrey. He does everything well.
Yeah, let's talk about what MVP means. It's become a popularity contest, but actually, it's the guy that if you take him away, there is no team, and that's Mahomes and the Chiefs. Definitely not Jalen Hurts in Philadelphia. I don't believe that to be the case at all.
No, look, the guy that has the most impact week in and week out, and I
Christian
watch him up
McCaffrey.
close and personal because he's on my fantasy football team, was my first pick. By the way, this is the first time my first round draft pick in fantasy football wasn't injured and out for the season within the first 4 weeks. Just saying. Watch. McCaffrey will get hurt. Will get hurt next week and be out for the playoffs for me. There is no way Jalen Hurts or Lamar Jackson or Patrick Mahomes should get the MVP this year. There is a rookie quarterback who is outplaying all of them.
Yes, sir. That's 100%. My favorite for MVP, CJ Stroud, plus 1,800 coming up.
No, is there any hotter quarterback in the NFL than CJ Stroud?
No, he's probably the best quarterback in the AFC right now.
Yeah, I mean, with Josh Allen falling off and Kansas City not scoring that much, and let me rack my brain. If Derek Carr were in the AFC, he'd obviously be better. But in the AFC right now, who you got? Kenny Pickett?
Yeah. The only other quarterback you can put in conversation is the only one in his division, Trevor Lawrence, and he's not having that hot of a year either.
No, Jennifer Lawrence is not throwing the ball very well this year. By the way, but his Breck commercials are terrific.
Yeah.
Let me point something out because we are a betting show.
Yeah.
Let me go over last week's Loud-Desmond results. Thursday night football, Bengals at Ravens over 46, winner. Best bet, Michigan at Maryland for college football Saturday, Michigan minus 18.5, loss. App State plus 9 at James Madison, won outright. UCLA plus 6.5 at USC, won outright. NFL best bet of the weekend, Pittsburgh at Cleveland, under 33. Under 33. Who sacked up and took that pick? I did, and it scored. Buccaneers at 49ers, San Francisco minus 11.5, cover. Dallas at Carolina, Dallas minus 10.5, cover. Best bet, Chiefs at Eagles, under 45.5, cover. Yesterday, play on Detroit, lost. San Francisco, won. Today in college football, Iowa plus 2.5, one outright winner. NHL, best bet, Golden Knights at Stars, play on Vegas plus 124 on the money line, winner. That's
cool.
been my week. That's been my week in betting.
And I only released one pick of the week. It was Dallas Cowboys. Of course, they won.
Hey, if you combine my record and yours, we're doing pretty good, Rocky.
Yes,
pretty
sir.
good. Yeah,
you guys are doing pretty dang good. All right, ahead of you guys want to keep going with the odds or get straight into our Wonder Dog picks of the week?
Let's go to the Wonder Dogs.
All right, let's go straight to let's get into our Wonder Dog picks. Rocky, let's get yours out of the way first.
Well, I don't really like any underdogs this week, but if I had to take
let me just point out, Rocky.
Go ahead.
This is a really tough week.
It is.
I was having a hard time finding games that I liked.
And one game that you like, any game that you like, much less a bunch of games that you like. So come back to me.
All right, coming back to you. Loud, your Wonder Dog pick coming up.
Because Jeremy is not here tonight, the Raiders are plus 9 at home with Kansas City coming into town. Kansas City has looked not great. They're scoring 20.5 points per game. The Raiders actually are scoring now 19.5 points per game. So they're not that far apart in scoring. The Raiders are at home. The Raiders defense is not allowing a lot of points or a lot of yardage. If I'm the coach of the Raiders in this game, this is a Josh Jacobs game. I am going to run the ball with Jacobs 40 times. And I am going to bleed the clock, and I am going to force Kansas City to try to beat me with anybody else except Kelsey. When the Eagles started just triple covering Kelsey, no other receiver on the Chiefs can catch a cold. So I think the Raiders have a puncher's chance. of beating the Chiefs in Vegas this Sunday?
Yeah,
You're welcome, Jeremy.
Yeah, if you put a gun to my head and made me take somebody, Cleveland's getting 1.5 in Denver. Denver's been playing lights out, man. They've been playing great. Different kind of pass rush brings Cleveland. I don't know what their quarterback situation is going to be. Probably terrible. But if I had to take an underdog, it would be Cleveland. And I don't really like them. I'm not saying bet on them. If I had to take one, pick one. Okay.
You know, my underdog, I don't like it as well coming in, but Tampa Bay Buccaneers plus 2.5 against the Colts. You know, they have been rough.
I'm pretty sure the Bucks are favored by 2.5.
No.
Plus 2.
The Bucks are plus 2.5 at the Colts.
Bucks have been 1-5 since week 4, and it's been tough for them.
Yeah, I like the Bucks if they're getting 2.5 from Indianapolis. Well, that might be another way to go.
At Indianapolis.
At Indy as well.
You
know, Indy hasn't been making a lot of noise. Bucks need to win some games to stay in the playoff hunt. I think they're going to get some fire in their step while the Colts are looking to be tanking more for a higher draft pick coming next year.
You know what they need is they need Baker Mayfield to headbutt more people with no helmet.
Yeah.
If we just get him to pre-game headbutt more people with helmets on, with no helmet.
While he's not wearing a helmet.
That's going to be fantastic. All right, let's talk about some college football picks for tomorrow. Deion Sanders, we were talking about earlier in the show. Does anybody remember Colorado being talked about as a potential national champion after week 2?
Yep, I was one of those boys.
Does anybody remember College Game Day going to Colorado week 3 instead of going to Michigan, which was the initial plan? Does anybody remember Deion Sanders talking about what a great recruiter he was? I'm struggling, but I think at some point there was a lot of hype surrounding the Colorado program. The Colorado Buffaloes are catching 21.5 points at Utah tomorrow.
Wow.
And this guy says it ain't going to be enough. Utah's going to beat them by 40. When they went into Oregon and Oregon just whipped them physically. What was that? 42-3 or something, Christian?
48-3.
48-3. Yeah, that broke them. And now Shedeur Sanders, he's hurt. Look, his dad's the coach. Shedeur Sanders ain't playing.
Nope.
Sorry. No way. Just like Rocky would keep you out of a game if you were compromised, Christian.
Yeah, that's so not true.
No, it is true.
Yeah.
So true.
I love Utah to beat the absolute crap out of Colorado tomorrow, Rocky.
Yeah, I like Utah in that game too. I actually liked the 21.5 today that the Jets were getting, and they lost by 21, so that would have covered. I don't think that's going to be the case in Utah, right? The game's in Utah.
Yeah,
so
at Utah.
That's going to be a very tough place for Colorado to go and play, much less win.
I totally agree. And coming in as one of those guys who was around the hype for Colorado, they haven't just been losing games. They have been getting their butts beat, man, by double-digit scores every game for the past 4 weeks.
They have been absolutely getting boat raced in every game. The game of the weekend in college football, obviously, Ohio State, Michigan. The game is at the Big House in Michigan. Michigan is minus 3.5 in this game, with Ohio State coming in. I hate any points in this game. I think Michigan wins. My suggestion is Michigan on the money line, minus 160. Rocky.
Yeah, that 3.5 points is purely because they're playing in Michigan. The 3 points, the half point, I guess they're a half point favorite. Somebody figured out they're a half point favorite somewhere. The 3 points is just because home field advantage. Yeah, I don't like it either. Again, put a gun to my head, I'm taking Michigan. They're at home, 3.5 points. Boy, if it was 3 points, I'd be a lot more subject to put something small down on it. But that half point, that's another
that
score, bro.
hook,
That's another score. Yeah.
when the book puts the hook,
Yeah, there's a
watch
reason.
out, you're getting rooked.
Yeah, that's it. That half point, yeah.
So I would put $160 on Michigan, collect my $100 on the back end, and be happy. So my 2 college picks for tomorrow: Utah beats the absolute stuffing mashed potatoes and pumpkin pie out of Colorado. Michigan gets a win at home, but it's going to be close.
Yeah, that's one of the biggest rivalries anyway in college football, right? Ohio State and Michigan, man. There's no love lost.
And that is 9 a.m. tomorrow, West Coast time. So get your Bloody Marys ready early.
I'll be up at 6.
Yes, sir.
All right. So shall we talk about the NFL betting? By the way, like I said, rough weekend. I have a rule about NFL betting. I never bet bad team against bad team. When a bad team plays a bad team, you have no freaking idea what is going to happen. Yeah. And Christian, go down the slate. Look at all the games.
Bad team.
Let's go.
Bad team against bad team.
We got Jacksonville versus the Texans. 1.5 Jacksonville favorite in Houston.
Bad team.
We have the Patriots and the Giants, the Panthers, the Titans, Steelers, the Bengals, Saints, the Falcons, Rams, the Cardinals, Browns, the Broncos, Bills, the Eagles.
There's good team.
New Orleans,
Bears, Vikings.
Bad team.
Rams, Arizona.
Ravens, Chargers.
Well, there is some relief, but not until the late. I guess the afternoon game, Philadelphia and Buffalo. It might be a little bit more
talked about who the hottest quarterback is in the NFL. I've seen that Jags-Texas game at one point, or a pick'em, at several different sports books. If I could get Texans -1 or Texans pick'em, I'm taking the Texans in that game based on the fact that it's in Texas and Jennifer Lawrence hasn't been playing that well at quarterback. I understand it's that time of the month for her, so you got to watch out for that. Although his hair looks great.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like the Texans. That quarterback has been great, Christian.
He's a dog.
You called it early in the season, and I said, "Oh, you got to be kidding."
Yep.
There you go.
This kid's
I don't like the Texans. I don't like anything to do with that game at all. But I can see where they're getting 1.5 points. So in Houston, Jacksonville doesn't travel well. They're not.
Like I said,
just for some clarification, this is a game. This is a must-win game for both teams. If Texans win, they take the division.
This is a must-win, dude. This is for the division lead.
Yes, sir.
Whoever comes out of that game a winner is leading that division. So this is a big game.
If the Texans win, they have the win column over the Jaguars, and they end up 7-4. If Jacksonville wins, they're 2 games ahead of Texans.
All right.
Exactly.
Let's talk about
they can ice it.
Yes.
Let's talk about the Saints
and
the Falcons. Let's talk about the Saints and the Falcons. I have it's Saints -1.5 at Falcons. I am taking the Saints in this game simply from the perspective of if they don't win this game, they're done. They're exposed as being total fugazis in terms of being a real football team with a chance of going anywhere. Titans -3.5 with the Carolina Panthers coming to town.
That's an interesting game.
Who's the Panthers quarterback? What's his name?
Yeah, right. Exactly. No,
he sucks.
Panthers quarterback Bryce Young, and he's not. I think he's injured.
Bryce Young. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, Bryce Young is terrible, as it turns out.
Yeah, he's too short, and he can't play football. He plays about 150 pounds soaking wet.
So Will Levis, who I liked best, as a quarterback coming out in the draft, is going to show why He should have been picked ahead of that kid. And then the nightcap, Ravens -3 at Chargers. Oh, my God. I love the Ravens in that game. Even minus Mark Andrews, even minus OBJ. You know why? The Chargers coach is an idiot.
Yep.
Yeah.
He's an idiot. Why Brandon Staley still has a job is beyond me. I just don't get it.
He won't be there next year.
No, sir, he will not.
Poop rolls uphill in the NFL.
It was the turd that rose to the top of the bowl.
Yeah.
1 minute.
All right, picks of the week, man. Is that your pick of the week? Lou?
Go
Pick
ahead,
of the
Rock.
week.
I'm
Rocky,
gonna
you go first.
I'm gonna go with the Titans. I'm gonna go with the Titans because they're playing the worst team in the league and they're at home. Carolina Panthers. I'll take the Titans. That's my pick of the week.
Titans -3.5 is your
Yeah,
pick.
it's three. I have it at 3.
Three. You got it at 3? Okay,
Whatever.
no hook. I am going Raiders +9.
I'm going Falcons +1.5.
Really?
Oh,
Yeah.
Suck.
Oh,
I hate
you
you
guys
right
are-
now. I
You guys
really
didn't fight about that one. All right.
All right, everyone.
Go Rams. Rams for the Cardinals. How much the Rams win? I like
Oh,
Minnesota
Christian,
also.
come
Yeah, go
on,
Rams
man.
+2.5 as well.
Twist the knife, why don't you?
All right,
Minnesota,
everyone.
like the
We have been
Rams.
Steer the Line. We will see you guys next Friday for next week.